G'day, Bomber fans. Well, our team to face the Dogs tonight is in. The soldiers are on the front line, getting ready for battle. It's going to be an interesting weekend. Let me know how you're feeling about the game. We'll see what the vibe is like tomorrow for the review. But yeah, there's some big changes for the Bombers, big ins, big outs. Will it really make a difference in the result? Probably not, but let's talk about it anyway. Alrighty, so just the one forced or semi-forced change for the Bombers, but Xavier Duursma is getting a rest. I think that is Brad rewarding his good form by saving him from what is going to occur tonight. He's been battling for us while being pretty banged up. I think he deserves a bit of a shout out, honestly. Like he's been putting his body on the line a bit for the club in the last month or so. Had that hamstring issue that was playing around, and then that back issue that he played through. So yeah, he deserves the break. Archime's been dropped. Vigo Vicentini's been dropped. I honestly could not complain about that. And it's weird because I see both of them in the future. I want to see both of them play, but I'd honestly prefer seeing the team work with a better ruck. That is better for development as for a team rather than just throwing Vigo in there to, fast track his own development. But I want to see him back in the VFL, which is going to be fun. But also, I think it's important to see our forward line with McMahon in it. And obviously, Caddy had to come back. I think of the three players, weirdly enough, May was the right one to drop. I did think maybe you could try a four-pronged attack, but that would just be so messy for an already dysfunctional forward line as it is. So no, I think May being dropped is fine. Not a bad thing at all. We're going to see him again this year. Caddy in, Goldie in, El Hawley in. The last one is big. I'm keen for that. I haven't seen him in a while. We're kind of getting looks at who fits where going forward, and it's going to be cool to see him get a go. The Dogs, they've dropped Liam Jones and Sam Davidson, and in comes Jed Buslinger and Oscar Baker. That's scary because both those guys would be in our first team right now. So yeah, let's have a look at both teams. We're going to start with our opponents, the Bulldogs. So the back line it's their weakest zone. I mean, it's not a great zone, but your bloody Bailey Dale up there is just, I don't know. I'm assuming Guelphy goes to him, but is he going to be able to keep up? Probably not. That's going to be if he gets close to 40 disposals again, we're gonna be a bit of a meme. Rory Lobb is going to turn into an All-Australian defender tonight. He's going to take 15 intercept marks. You move up the field. That midfield is going to be interesting because we don't have as many numbers in there now, so it's going to be interesting to see how he managed the likes of Bontempelli, Libba, Richards, even English against Goldie is going to be a big contest because English does like to drift forward. So we'll have two giants to deal with in the forward line because up forward you've got Sam Darcy, and I don't know, this game gives me major Sam Darcy legacy game vibes. I feel like, I don't know if everyone's had this moment yet, but there's kind of like a moment with Sam Darcy where you see him play obviously and you think he's good, but then there's one game you watch and you think, yes, that is why everyone's so hyped. If you haven't had that already, I could see it happening tonight. He could kick 11 goals, take 8 contested marks on Lockie Blackiston. That's the only reasonable matchup as well, is Lockie Blackiston, because Darcy's 205 centimetres or something ridiculous. So, yeah, Ridley can't play on him, Laverty can't play on him, Jackson Pryor can't play on him, so it's going to be Lockie Blackiston. If not Darcy doing the damage, you've got Norton, you've got West, there's plenty of good players on this team. Who'll be the sub? My guess is, I'm going to say, like Latham Vandermeer or Caleb Poulter, some cheeky managed minutes. Come on for a kickabout in the fourth when everyone has lost interest. Sounds like fun. And the Bombers, down back, it is a small back line for that Dogs forward line. Ridley has been great lately. Those around him I feel like are improving. I feel like our defence has actually been not horrible given the circumstances. But yeah, interesting game tonight to see if that continues. You go to the midfield, on the wings, you've got Sardell Hawley on one, Laman Luel on the other. That is bloody brutal. Nothing against them. They're both so new into their AFL careers. I think, combined 10 games or something like that maybe. But, I mean, just those two trying to, hold width against Bailey Dale is grim. You got to feel bad for them being thrown into the deep end like that. The Guts, this is where it's really interesting, because last week our midfield consisted of Durham, Merritt, Shield, and then McGrath and Gresham. And that's because we don't really have numbers. I suspect Durham is going to be back in there again. Perkins will be in there a fair bit, but I feel like we're probably going to see some funky rotations after that. McGrath wouldn't surprise me. Gresham's pretty likely. I want you guys down in the comments to let me know below who you think could be in the Guts at some stage this week, or this year, in fact. Someone funky, because I feel like they'll test something out. I feel like, Kako is probably going to be a popular choice. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Kako in there once or twice, but something I've been thinking about and this might be a bit rogue, but Archie Roberts, I feel like he's got some midfielder capabilities about him. But yeah, moving on the forward line, Caddy's back with McMahon and Wright. That is a fun little setup. Kako on ground level, Guelphy, Gresham, Smart. He keeps his spot. Yeah, there are a few lucky to be keeping their spots. You got Menzies on the emergencies playing really well, so you'd think Smart needs a solid showing this week. I've liked him in glimpses though. Lawal on the wing probably would have been replaced for Sard if Duursma wasn't injured. I think he's probably one who should be back in the resis right now, but we just don't have anyone to come in. One more chance for him to really take the next step before Duursma comes back could be huge for him though. The sub out of this, maybe Smart. I could see it being Smart or Johnson again, to be honest. I feel like he doesn't really have a defined role in that back six with Redmond back, but I do want to see him get a full game in. So yeah, that's our team. Now, on Rising Star nomination watch, this is something that I'm kind of holding on for to end the year instead of wins, because that's more likely. But yeah, another Rising Star nomination gives us 5. So who can get it? Smart is eligible. Laman Lawal is eligible. Johnson is eligible. I think that might be it for this game, those 3. But I think Johnson is a good shout. He had close to 30 against the Cats, so yeah, let's stop rambling and get into the next talking point. All right, it's a big game for... Who is it a big game for this week or tonight? I think it's a big game for Lockie Blackiston. He's out of contract, as are the rest of our rucks. We are currently thinking about who is worth persisting with a bit, who is not. That is Rosa and his crew right now thinking that. And if Blackiston goes out there and remains solid, defends that forward line, defends Sam Darcy, I think he just has to be signed up then and there. He's been the most impressive of the mid-season draftees. I like him. I don't think he's a big part of our future. He turns 28 next year, I think, but he is a plug-and-play depth ruck or key defender. Yeah, big game tonight could prove that. Next up, Mac Guelphy, and this is assuming that he gets the job on Bailey Dale, but if he does, good luck, because cameras are going to be on Dale all night after what he did to us last time. Guelphy needs to remain accountable, or he's going to feature on a lot of footage during, the footy talk shows during the week. And finally, Nate Caddy, he's back in the side, and I look at our young players, I feel like a few of them have really shown proper leadership at times this year. Caddy's included in that. I thought he was really mature in the games against the Swans and the Lions. That went away a bit last week and against Richmond. But it would be pretty cool to see Caddy return and be that important forward that he really shouldn't be at 19. But no, I'm just keen to see this guy back, really, that's all. It's just a funner team to watch when he is in it, although I don't know how much the ball will be down his end for. So yeah, that is that. Has my prediction changed after seeing the teams? Probably not. I think the Dogs win. The Dons don't. Good luck, everybody. Hopefully this game is not completely dreadful to watch. That is all. Like, subscribe, and go Bombers.